Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Lenarduzzi, and I am a customer success specialist for Everyday Speech. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes with me this afternoon to talk a little bit about Everyday Speech and what we offer, a social emotional learning curriculum and a curriculum for all. So let's talk a little bit about why do schools need social emotional learning? So we've seen over the last couple of years a lot of struggles for us, definitely struggles for kids. And a lot of the struggles that we've seen in schools are at an academic level, and schools are doing a great job trying to bridge that gap and bring everybody up in terms of academics. But there's still a huge gap for social emotional learning. It's the roadmap that guides our growth potential as human beings and as a society. So what can we do about it? The good thing about implementing a social emotional learning curriculum is that you can see higher levels of well-being up to 18 years after implementation. So what that means is if we're pushing into elementary classrooms, maybe you have a 5 or 6-year-old, you're going to see that positive effect into their adult years. So at an administrative, a district level, you might be asking yourself, if we implement a social emotional learning curriculum, what's going to be the benefit? What's going to be the impact? Well, it's going to improve test scores. It's going to increase student motivation. It will decrease dropout rates, decrease problematic behavior such as violence, and this is a big one, reduce emotional distress. We see a lot of kids more recently getting very anxious about things like taking tests and anxiety in general. So anything we can do to reduce that emotional distress is huge. So let's talk more specifically about our approach. We're the first of our kind to offer social emotional learning as a school-wide solution. So it's really a holistic approach. And what's great about our program is you can see benefits in as little as 10 minutes per day. So if you look at a teacher's day, you look at their schedule, the different allotment of time and how they need to spend it. Every teacher could find 10 minutes a day that could implement a social emotional program that would benefit the students. We also offer really engaging topics. The short version is if the students aren't interested, they're not going to want to learn it. So we work really hard on our end to make the students engaged. We have created a curriculum, so there's no prep, saves times for the teacher, and a variety of materials. We have to keep things fun. So we have interactive lessons, web games, videos. Of course, along the way, there'll be some assessment to make sure students are learning. And then at the end, feel good about yourself. We've got a completion badge, which basically says you did it. In addition to all those things I've mentioned here, we also offer continuous additional support, which is such an important part of our program. So hi, again, my name is Lisa Lenarduzzi. I'd like to share a story where I had a positive impact on somebody. In my previous job, I had a coworker of mine that I developed a great professional working relationship with. And she was assigned a project where she had to deliver this large training to a very big audience. And I knew her as somebody that was very outgoing and very comfortable, but she confided in me that she was very, very scared, terrified of public speaking. So I worked with her. She practiced with me. I gave her pointers. I told her, you know, what worked, what didn't. And part of it was I think just taking the time with her to let her know that I was listening. And long story short, she nailed that presentation, and it was a recorded presentation. She was so nervous about it. And when I watched it, she did such an awesome job. And she came back to me and she said, you know, one of the main things that you gave me was the confidence and the practice to be able to do it. And I appreciate you being so open with your constructive criticism in a way that really helped me. So I'm proud of that story. I'm proud of her presentation. And that is a wrap. So thank you so much for listening to my video, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.